Yo, what's good? How's it going, people? We're back for another exciting episode of Popcorn and Pints. Yes, you heard it.
The old
Popcorn
PMP.
P&P.
You know me.
Yeah, he's right.
James, what are you drinking?
I am drinking some Voodoo Ranger experimental IPA.
Nice. I've got some Uncurious double New England double IPA from Druthers.
Nice.
I do have some flavored water, guys. Nothing spectacular. Nothing.
Aaron's drinking that citrus lemon flavored water.
What a loser.
Orange.
Oh, is it
Mandarin
orange?
orange.
Oh, it looks yellow from here.
I did celebrate 420 though.
It's not your pea cup, is it?
Nah.
Calls it the R. Kelly cup.
Yeah.
But
it's got a picture of R. Kelly's face on it.
Happy 420, by the way, people. For those that celebrate. If you don't celebrate,
it's
420.
I mean, I can't. Okay,
listen. I dab.
I'm up for it.
I dab into it, but listen, this 420 shit makes no sense to me. You smoke every day. How you have a holiday on something that you do every day?
Why not?
It's just weird. It's like people are like, yeah, but you do that shit.
Hey. We eat every day, but we have a holiday, Thanksgiving. It's
more than one.
But this is what but my thing is, I'm saying this. So say us three. We're in the basement smoking. Tomorrow's 420. Hey, come over. It's 420. Woo. We're in the basement smoking. We just did that shit the night before. What's the difference?
The difference is today. The difference is it's also Hitler's birthday. So
there you
hope you feel good about that.
Yep. There you go. Smoking more. That's all.
There you go.
Hitler was born today in 1889.
Well,
interesting.
Fuck him.
Is that why he's called the devil lettuce? They're like, I knew it. It's a symbol. Marijuana is tied to Hitler.
No, it's not tied to Hitler.
If I was going to leave a mushroom-shaped bruise across anyone's face, it would be Hitler.
He might like that.
He wasn't a cool guy.
I like how you said he wasn't a cool guy.
Just casual.
Yeah.
Totally.
But yeah, we're back.
Gentlemen, it's good to see you, gentlemen.
Good to see you too.
Missed last week.
Yeah, we took a little.
I had a dog emergency.
Understandable. Hey, fam, gotta do it.
By the way, freaking emergency vets, man.
Dude, I know. Like $100 just to walk in.
It was $280 basically to walk in the door. It's gone up.
Oh, it went up. That's insane. Almost $300 just to walk in the door.
Sick.
I will say I was there for almost 3 hours on the dot, which for an emergency vet visit is fucking quick. That's like express checkout quick.
It's still crazy. You bring your dog, you're thinking the dog's dying or something.
Well, no, like I knew my dog wasn't like she must have eaten something. Like she already has some kind of like GI disease, so she's on like specific prescription food and treats. Like she can't have table scraps of any kind. Like it can really fuck up her insides with like diarrhea or vomit or something.
Okay.
So she started throwing up like half the day. Like we got to bring her in.
Yeah, you do. Because for one, she can get dehydrated.
Yeah, because we were concerned about dehydration. She wasn't keeping anything down. Like she would drink some water and then throw that up. But she wasn't like physically injured or anything like that. And that's the thing when you go to emergency vets, if you're waiting, like they can give you an estimate on the time it'll be before you can see, but that's also provided nobody in a worst case, a case worse than yours comes in that time. So to be in and out of there in 3 hours was fucking quick. But still, she's doing okay. She's back to herself, eating fine. I don't know what she got into.
They give you the magic pill?
Two. They got 2 medications. One was like a syringe full of like this goop to give her.
My dog has like basically like GERD, so she has stomach problems too. Like certain shit will fuck her stomach up.
I will say people,
man, I swear.
After our first dog, who had to have like 2 neck surgeries. I will
Jeez.
never not have pet insurance again, and it's been great.
It's pricey, so it's worth it.
It is worth it, man. Listen, I mean, you got to accept that you're going to spend a certain amount a month.
Yeah.
But if something goes wrong, you're like, I'm fucking super happy I have this now.
Damn. Well, I might have to get it. Yeah.
Like our first dog, he ruptured a disc in its neck like 2 different times. Like it's the reason we couldn't buy a house sooner.
Oh shit.
So we got pet insurance on Zoe.
There you
Which is good because now that she's an old lady, she's on like 3 different medications and 80% of everything is covered. So
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's really good. That shit ain't cheap. That shit ain't cheap, unfortunately.
But shout out to emergency vets. They do great work. It's not their fault it takes so long, but
Yeah.
No.
Especially animals, you don't know what's hurting them, so it might take a little longer to find out what's wrong with them. They can't talk.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's where I spent last Saturday.
Fun stuff.
Yep. But
we're back.
Let's
It's 420. Aaron's wearing his shirt.
We're gonna be talking about what we're talking about here
today.
We got some fun movies, 80s movies.
80s movies. We got the fantasy.
One of these I've seen. One of these I haven't. I don't think I have.
I've seen them both. Fantasy 80s movie Highlander. Then you have a family fun-filled movie Short Circuit.
Yes. Which I fucking love that movie. But
so I feel like we should start with Highlander.
Let's dive in Highlander.
Yeah, let's do Highlander.
I'm gonna guess Aaron's impression was not so favorable.
Yeah, how it sounds, it don't sound good.
I did not like that movie at all. I did not.
Okay. Why? What was your big problem with this movie?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you even sent out a message in the group text, and I don't even think you were far into the movie when you did it. Something about they gave the impression you did not care for it.
I forgot what the fuck I said because it was last week. But it just felt like it was all over the place.
Okay, I will give you that. It is kind of all over the place.
Because the flashbacks and everything.
Yeah.
And 2, I just nothing made me care about anybody or anything about this movie at all. I was just like, what the fuck? This shit is just, it's boring. It's stupid. Hurry up and get the fuck over with. For what it was too long.
See, I look at it differently.
You enjoyed it, though.
Is this the first time you've seen it, though?
Yeah.
That's why. See, I seen it when I was younger. I think that's why I have a different opinion on it.
Probably. Which is fair.
See, because at the time I seen it, that type of movie fits in the scenario.
I don't think I saw this when I was a kid.
Really?
I have no memory of it.
I think I seen the first 3. Now people are saying there's like 6, 8 of them. I don't know.
That's the thing that I got fucking stuck on afterwards because there's like somewhere between like 5 and 7 of these freaking movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
And I didn't realize that until halfway through this, where I spent an hour and a half hearing about how there can be only one, and then you find out there's fucking 7 movies.
Yeah.
How?
And if you keep watching, you find out he's not the one. And now
I kind of need to go back and watch the others to be like, what the hell is going on here?
I'm like forcing myself not to because I'm like, don't waste your time doing it. I don't want to do it.
It's not a waste.
But it is because I do want because I didn't see them all. Like I said, I seen 1, 2, and 3. I didn't know there was more after that.
Because there can be only one.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I seen this type of action fantasy movie was good at that time when I seen it.
Little kids will be into this. Yeah. Absolutely.
You're like, this dude check his sword out. Oh, they're sword fighting. They chopped his head off. You
know what? For all the head chopping off, there's no blood.
Yeah, that's weird. I know. You'd think there'd be more blood. to this day and age, if they redid Highlander, I think that they'll be more little
No, they
gorier.
are redoing Highlander. Henry Cavill's redoing it.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I
No, he's
wasn't
not
putting
making
that in the group chat just for fun. He is the Highlander.
Is he? How many things is he working on? This is
He's
like the
done.
8th thing I know he's being in.
Well,
Jesus
he's
Christ.
out of The Witcher, so he's
Yeah, but
doing
then he was supposed to be a Superman again. Then he
nope,
got fired.
that's done. He's
What
creating
about Warhammer? Was it Warhammer?
yeah, the Warhammer universe he's still part of with Amazon and Highlander.
Man, that dude's just jumping everywhere.
He's a man's nerd.
Man, yeah, I guess so. It really is. But so when I seen this, I'm like, yes, awesome sword fight. I enjoyed it more.
Mm-hmm.
The flashbacks when I was younger, probably didn't even notice. Like, what was it like? Oh, they're going. Oh, cool! Look at it. They're in knight armor and all that stuff. Oh, look, it's cool stuff. Like I wasn't really connecting the story, of course, at the time when I seen this, but it's just I got the movie, so I watched it now. I understand what's going on more, and I just feel it's not that bad. Like I don't mind it.
That's fair.
That's fair. Do we want to do early ratings before we?
Oh, you want to? Oh, yeah. That's like
more
I'm
into
just
this?
I'm just talking about it and forgot about the ratings.
Yep. So
Aaron's giving that shit like a -8 probably. I'm going to guess his number. -6. That's what I'm going to say. All right. So, like I just rambled on. So I'm going to give this a 7.
7, you say?
7. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm a firm 6.
He's a firm 6. A firm 6.
Firm.
Firm. Girthy. A girthy 6.
That's 6 inches around.
Oh,
Around. I'm a firm 6 around.
Yeah.
I'll be nice. I'll give it a 1.
I was gonna guess 2.
It's been a long time since you went negatives. Did you change your rating scale?
No, it's still negatives. They're still there. Don't
Okay.
worry. This wasn't that. I won't say it's that.
Okay.
I just did not fucking like this movie at all.
I mean, okay,
I had a feeling I knew you weren't going to like this. When I was
There's-
watching that, I knew Aaron was not going to like this.
there's a few things I can get on board with your criticisms with. Like I thought there's a lot of back and forth between the past and the current present, and that was awkward at times.
Mhm.
The main villain character, I'm like, so you find out there's there's like multiple Highlanders, these people born with immortality
Yep.
that are connected, but there can only be one at some point. Hey, Laser Lips, your mama was a snow.
Yeah. That's the movie we're talking about next.
Movie, don't worry. Highlander was not that great.
But yeah, it's weird every time they kill somebody how they they float up in the air and it's like blow windows out.
Well, it's like their powers being absorbed by the other Highlanders, which is fine. All right, I could buy into that. One dies, others become more powerful. What did Solitude? Wow, a couple people don't like Highlander.
Yeah, I guess not.
But like my two biggest criticisms of this was again the time jumping back and forth. There's a lot of it. Actually, I wasn't particularly fond of any of the characters in this movie.
No, I didn't care about him either.
No.
Not even the lead character. I didn't care.
No, I couldn't connect with him. I wasn't a real great. I don't know if it was the actor or the way it was written.
Yeah.
I didn't like anything about it.
You know what bothered me? I didn't like his haircut. It was bothering the fuck out of me.
But like
that is fucking fair to say. I'm not even gonna lie.
His hair
was bothering me, man.
The main villain, when they go to introduce the concept,
Kurgan.
Yeah, Kurgan. Yeah. When they go to introduce the concept of the Highlander, like the villain knows what's going on, like this old war back in Scotland. He's like, I need to kill this particular person. I need to kill this MacLeod. Like, this one's mine. Nobody touches him. Nobody in the battle tries to fight McLeod. And he gets, and Kurgan stabs him, assuming he thinks he's dead. He's not. Because he's a Highlander, so he heals, he goes back to life. The village kicks him out. But now you're telling me in the 200 plus years since, he couldn't find this McLeod guy again randomly to fucking cut his head off?
No, I think that tournament thing only happens a certain time.
No, but you're like, they're not, all these Highlanders aren't waiting specifically till this tournament to fucking.
That's true. Good point. There's
kill
no
everyone.
rule that you can't. Yeah, there's no rule you can't go kill them before the thing. Right?
No.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't
Maybe
think of that.
Train. I don't know. I
didn't think of that.
He was ready to slay the guy in battle. That's not the tournament.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Like, where your friend out, he's a Highlander.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Their
He didn't even know
not the tournament.
Yeah, that's right.
And now he's out to kill him. In this battle, and now you're telling me he waited 200 years, until there was some tournament where they had to wipe each other out
until they both got rich.
He didn't kill Sean. He didn't kill Sean Connery in the tournament.
Sure as hell didn't.
Nope.
So
that's true.
Seems like kind of a big loophole.
And he raped that. He was like, he thought. But the thing is, he thought it was Sean Connery's girlfriend.
I don't think that would have stopped him from raping
that girl. No. He would have raped her anyway.
But this movie starts out at a wrestling match. Highlander sitting in the crowd.
Yes, weird.
He leaves to go to the parking garage. There's another Highlander, and they get into this sword fight. What is the deal? The one just keeps doing fucking backflips to get away for literally no reason.
Yeah.
I'm just watching this. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
What's good, Chris?
Oh, that goes with the conversation we're just having. Because he's there to find out one guy to kill him. Mm-hmm. So was he hunting? He was hunting all the Highlanders all this time?
I don't know.
200 years, he just finds one?
It doesn't make sense.
I never thought of that. Oh my God, it's just clicking
like
now.
They'll all be called together at some point, but
oh boy,
you can hunt each other before that. It's not like you have to wait.
God damn it. Yeah, there's no rule. So what the fuck are they waiting for the time? What? Make no sense.
And the fact that this dude is he's literally killed easier than anyone I've ever seen be stabbed back in this Scottish war.
Yeah.
Like, the main villain literally just walks up and stabs him almost. I'm like, I was expecting a fight or some kind.
Where the main villain gets sliced through the neck and he's still going.
Like, you cannot understand your powers yet. That's fine. You could at least, put your sword up and try to block a fucking stabbing.
Yeah, I know. And he's supposed to be like one of the top warriors in that clan too. And they just walk up like, "Oh, McLeod," and they just walk up and stab him.
For Facebook users, I just dropped a link real quick so you guys can your stuff can show up your name in
bitch
if you wanted to.
Oh man,
I did chuckle at the where Kurgan kills the one dude in the alleyway.
Oh yeah,
and he takes he kicks the old guy out of the car, and he takes his wife in the car.
Oh yep. He takes the car. The old lady's still in the car.
And he made a sexual joke, and he was like, with his tongue to her. She's like, ah. That made me laugh.
See, one of the things I don't get it when they try to portray immortality in these movies, is because you can still fucking age. So it boggles my mind how you can be immortal and still age.
When they age you, when's the age and stop?
Yeah, like you bring in Sean Connery as like a mentor Highlander. He's like, we're immortal. I'm like, and you're looking at the two characters. This guy is like 30. Sean Connery looks 60 in fucking 1986. I'm like, so he can still age physically? Like, is he going to keep aging? Can he look 200 years old?
Oh.
Like decrepit and in a wheelchair, but not be able to die?
Or
it doesn't make sense.
Older, but not. age. Like I
It's
don't
not
fucking.
like you become immortal at 35 and then you just stay 35.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine if that's how it was. That'd be some shit.
So that's I don't know. That's one of the weirdest things when you try to bring in the characters
Immor-
can't die or immortality type thing.
yeah, like how it's.
And all this time, when I watched it the first time, like I said, I was younger. I thought the Highlander, I thought the sword was something special. I thought the main thing about the movie was about the sword, and it wasn't.
At all.
It wasn't about the sword. I thought the sword was like a special sword, like the guy wants the sword, like that Kurgan wants the sword. That's why he hid it up in the thing. And I was like, he's hiding it because they want it. But no, he was hiding it because he didn't want to have a weapon on him when the cops find him. But it just, I was like, God damn it! I watched this
First
movie
off,
totally different when I was younger.
yeah. Well, yeah, little kids aren't trying to analyze this as they're watching it and
Yeah, exactly.
can't
You just watch it
understand
for what
loopholes
it
and
is.
stuff. But yeah, so yeah, the garage fight where after he cuts off the other guy's head, he literally just throws his sword
Yeah,
haphazardly on top of a hanging light. Like,
and that was Sean Connery's sword.
and what kind of police aren't gonna find that?
Yeah, I know. They would search everywhere. Exactly.
Like, it was partially hanging off for one thing.
Well, it is 80s police. Maybe not. We don't know how smart they were back then.
80s police are the most
Forensics
incompetent.
might, yeah,
Mhm,
forensics might not have been that strong
mhm.
back then. You know,
Yeah, but they didn't look up. Like,
they
their
didn't
necks
look
couldn't
up. They
bend.
look on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's just a light. And can't think of that. No, nothing will be up there. No.
No, not at
No,
all.
people aren't that tall.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if that's still Chris or another Facebook user, this is not a versus. This is just a wheel randomly picked movies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
So
say.
it's not like they're going against each other. So we're rating
Whatever the wheels
these
pick,
single by their own. We're not
we just watch
comparing
them
them.
both.
I will
Yeah,
say, I like Highlander's loft apartment in the city. That was a pretty sweet apartment.
yeah, that was pretty sweet.
I guess you could
He
pick
was
these.
pretty smart though. He knew he was like when he went in there. He knew he was like being
Hunted.
set up. Yeah, like he seen the what like he opened the drawer, seen the gun. He found the thing where they're listening to him. You know how they
Oh
tap in the
yeah,
room and all that
yeah,
shit.
but I
He
still
was
didn't.
smart, but
And what's annoying is going back to him not trying to kill uh Connor McLeod, who is the Highlander. That's his character's name.
mm-hmm.
Thinks he killed him in battle, didn't kill him.
Mm,
Knows he didn't kill him because he comes to the castle where Connor and I don't even know what his love interest's name was, but they were building a life.
Uh,
Sean Connery comes along. He's been there. Sean Connery's been mentoring him. He fights Sean Connery because he's looking for Connor McLeod. Kills
yeah.
Sean Connery, breaks down the castle, rapes the girl, but then never comes back to kill Connor. This is why the story is stupid.
And they never said where he was. Like, why
No.
was just Sean Connery there and the girl? Where did he go?
Yeah,
Why?
maybe he was just out. That's fine.
I
But literally, he came to that location to kill him, to fight him, not knowing Sean
Yep.
Connery was there.
Yep.
yeah.
So he fights Sean Connery instead, and then rapes the girl.
Yeah.
But he knows, but he never comes back. He waits 200 years till they're
Yeah.
in New
And he
York.
leaves. Oh, he's not here. Okay, gotta go look for him again.
Yeah,
Just leaves.
that
Yeah,
was the
no.
weird. That was the weirdest part of that.
There's a lot of plot holes. There's a lot of holes in this movie.
The-
Even the thing at the end when he kills the last dude, kills Kurgan, and he gets the ultimate prize for winning the thing, being the last Highlander.
Mhm.
He gets the special power. The power is stupid. They're like, so what's the what is it? What's the gift? What's the thing you get? I can hear everybody's thoughts, and so he could make peace, talk to people, and
Hey,
like,
this
the
making
fuck
peace
is
is
that
important.
shit?
I'm not even entirely sure what he could do afterwards.
He kind of said it because she asked him, and he said it. He's like, I can see, I can hear. He said something about sight. I don't know what he said about the sight, but he said I can hear everybody's kind of like their thoughts and their wants or something.
Oh yeah.
So he can like change the world. Like if he can see conflict or something, he can talk them out of it or some weird shit. I don't know.
Here's an interesting question. So
Okay.
Highlanders.
Oh
no, didn't need to know that. Highlander's in the city. He's running this antique shop or whatever it is. He has his assistant.
his little thing.
He has his assistant Rachel, who they have a flashback showing how he meets her, like he saves her during like the Nazi invasion and stuff like that.
All that time, yeah.
But when he meets her, he's literally an adult and she's like a 10-year-old girl. Yeah. And now she's his secretary, basically. She's aged past him.
It's basically like it was his daughter.
And they indicate that she's clearly loved him for years. And he's never... Has he groomed her?
Yeah.
Because he kisses her and stuff.
You think he gave that D?
No, listen. I don't know.
I feel that's kind of the indication. Or the implication, I should say.
Interesting.
You got a point, though.
He might have. All those years they're together. Yeah. Maybe not at first at 10. He waited till she was 13. Because back, medieval times, I think as soon as you can make like a girl could cook bread or something, you're allowed to bang Europe. Them. I don't know. Something like that.
It's Europe. It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Eastern Europe,
medieval times. Like,
but there's kind of an implication. Like it's kind of an implication that he groomed her, like he saved her life from like the Nazis.
It's fair to say that, though. It's fair to say that. I'll admit
like that was weird. She's in love with. You clearly indicate that like she's loves him. Doesn't have a family of her own.
Mm-hmm.
But I was getting like a mother vibe from her too, though. So in the beginning, when he
kisses her on like passionately, almost passionately on the lips before he goes out.
He did. Interesting.
With like no feelings whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Because he wants to go bang this reporter, which by the way happens super quick or whatever the.
Hey, they played it loose back then.
Yeah, this girl that writes the book that he's like into sword, metal, and stuff like that.
Listen, there's nothing new. That back then, girls were like that too. Everybody's like, "Oh, those the guys are like that." Girls, come on, just like today's age. If you're all horned up and everything, bang on the first night. It is what it is.
I'm not judging.
I'm not judging.
Just saying.
That's what I'm saying. It happened in the 80s, 90s, now, today.
Happened quick.
That did happen quick. Okay, I don't mind the sex quick. The part I hate about movies is okay, now you got me on a rant here real quick. This is what I hate about rom-coms and shit. I hate how they first meet and they're in love like in 2 days. That bothers me so much.
I mean, that's
fair. It's love at first sight. No, it's not. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not. You don't even know their last name.
No, the best relationships start when you want to punch the person in the face for a while.
That's true. Then you start getting used to get used to their normal their shit that make you want to punch them. Then you're like, wait a minute, you're not so bad. Hey, you want to hang out?
Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
I need to.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't know. Now I only want to punch you in the face with my penis. So that's
you're pretty cool. I didn't know you were cool.
This is where we're going, guys. This is where we're going.
Won't do it, but you just
no.
You think it. It's like you're annoying. I'm punching you in your face. Like you're talking to your guy friend. You're like, I'm punching you in your face.
Mm-hmm.
One day I wanted to do it with my fist, and next thing I knew, I wanted to do it with my penis. That's
there you go.
That's how you know things have progressed.
And now you're married.
Pretty much how it goes. That's how it goes.
Those are the logical steps.
Well, speaking of logical steps, I might as well pull this motherfucking wheel up so we can.
Let's roll that because we are almost done to Highlander. There's not that much.
No, yeah. By the way, I just want to let's talk about the last fight real quick.
Oh yeah, the last fight.
Because when he's fighting Kurgan on top of the building there,
Yeah.
Like there's shit flying around, and literally one like the small water tower on the building, that nothing touches it, and it just fucking
explodes.
and comes down.
All the water comes, taking out the sign that the girl's tied to. The whole sign's getting ripped apart except her section.
Yeah, I know, really, that too.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
And ooh, 80s more.
I think the 80s is done.
Did we watch Uncle? We watched Uncle Buck, right?
Yeah, we did.
No, I think the 80s is done. As a matter of fact, I think we have something set up for next. Actually, we do.
Do we?
Next week we're doing Stand By Me, and I forgot.
Oh,
yeah, we're doing Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Right.
Stand By Me and what?
Say Anything.
Okay, yeah.
I've never seen Say Anything. That's right.
I never heard of it.
So,
Stand By Me, I've seen that before.
And well, he's fighting Kurgan after they fall down like into the warehouse area. There is a moment where you can see the fucking strings holding the Highlander up in the air.
Yeah.
During the fight.
Well, come on, man. You know when they made this shit. It's cool when you're young, though. You're like, ooh, cool.
No, yeah. I mean, little kids aren't going to pick up on that.
Like, it's not the best sword fighting either.
No.
Yeah, you can tell they're white guys. It's like white guys dancing. You're like, what the hell is this shit?
All I can say is this was probably, I mean, this was probably fun for its time.
A button-up shirt and a jeans. This dude is sword fighting in a button-up, open button-up shirt and jeans.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make as much sense now.
Yeah, I dropped my score. Put it down to a 6.
I gotta show you guys when I first heard the name Kurgan, this is who I thought of from WWE.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
The Oddities. He was in the Oddities for a little bit.
I can't believe you remember that dude.
Wow.
That's the only thing I thought of.
Usually when people know the Oddities, they don't know the members. They just go, "Oh, here comes the Oddities."
Man, listen. Back in the Attitude Era, man, I was a fucking diehard fan.
I was a fan back then.
I was such a fan. It was me, my cousin.
I was a huge fan too.
And a few friends. I don't know if my brother was a part of this or not, but we were like into these eFed things, to where it was like this online shit, to where you just like you choose like your favorite wrestler, character, whoever, and you just like say what you're gonna do in a match as like a whole fucking
like you're doing a script.
Pretty much like that, which was fun back in the day. It was good. Billy was good.
Billy.
So I was a huge fucking fan of that shit. But
I was a huge fan of like I said, same thing. Bret Hart. So the Attitude Era kicked in. That shit was great, hilarious. Stone Cold, Rock.
Oh man,
that was comedy, the best shit. Then you had DX.
Oh yeah.
You had Nation of Domination. You had you had what was it? Bradshaw and fucking Ron Simmons.
Oh, the Acolytes.
Well, then they called themselves
the Disciples of
no, something else too. A&A or A
Acolytes of Protection Agency or some shit.
Yeah, there you go. A&P or yeah.
Shawn Michaels was my favorite.
Shawn Michaels.
He had his Heartbreak Hotel segments.
Oh man.
Yep. The heartbreaking. I remember the heartbreaking. I watched the episode, the wrestling show, where he was sitting there, they're interviewing, and he was the part of the Rockers, and he super kicked
Marty Jannetty.
Jannetty right through the window.
Yeah.
I was like, no, because the Rockers were badass. They're like the best tag team. I was like, what did you do? But then he went solo. Then he became, one of the most iconic. Like Shawn Michaels is always he's up there, iconic fucking wrestlers.
Oh yeah, he was a fucking beast in the ring.
Yep.
Fuck my Bret Hart up though. Fuck him over. Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels, you fuckers.
Maybe.
But also Shawn Michaels part of DX. DX is like my favorite faction ever.
Yep. But now it's time to which is there any last
Highlander? No. Got my score to 6. Bring it to a 6.
I'm sticking with my 6. It's fine. All I'll say is I'm curious about the reboot because I love Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I don't mind him. Yeah, he's a good actor.
I think he's fantastic. It bums me out that he's not finishing The Witcher. like really hard.
Aaron, you ever watch The Witcher?
Nope.
Really bums me out.
I think so. Witcher is like kind of like new age, like Highlander type. It's like fantasy. So if you don't like The Witcher, I know for if you watch The Witcher,
he's awesome in The Witcher, and he's bragging about how much he's up in his sword game, which there's a lot of in The Witcher for the Highlander. So, and I have faith that if someone's going to turn the franchise around, I think it can be him, because he's a super nerd when it comes to that stuff.
I didn't know how much he's really into this fantasy shit. He is a super nerd, I never heard of Warhammer until they mentioned it. That
I heard of it, but I
was like, "What the hell?" Not
anything I've been into.
See, and I respect that though. Like that's the actors that you want playing those characters. There's someone that's a diehard fan of it.
Yeah, he's a diehard fan of the shit that he does, and that's one of the reasons I like him so much.
And in the future, I hope he becomes a director, a diehard fan like that, because then he knows what people want. Because he's a fan of it.
And I will say, I'm kind of curious to go back and watch the other movies just to see what Mick was talking about in our pre-show. Which people are going to want to join Patreon to hear.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm too... we'll see. We'll see.
You got to do it.
That's all I got.
All right, I'm all done with Highlander, too. Right, let's go to Short Circuit.
Yes. Short Circuit. And before we dive into Short Circuit, you guys want to just dive into our ratings really quick, and then...
Yeah, let's do it. I already know I'm giving it.
Oh, James already knows what he's giving it.
Start with him.
Giving it good. It's just it just brought me back. It's a good family. It's just a really fun movie. So I'm giving it an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, James. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I was right there with you. I was thinking 8 the whole time.
Chris?
It was I know I saw it as a kid, but I didn't really remember it. And watching this again, I'm like, it was like a fun sense of discovery over it.
I forgot that's how he got his name, Johnny Five. It was from the song, the foreshadowing. It was a song in the car, in the truck.
Should I do it?
Oh no! Are you doing it?
I love this fucking movie. I love this fucking movie. 10 if you didn't see that. Oops,
it's a good movie.
It's funny. One of the things that's funny about this movie is everyone knows it's brownface now that Fisher Stevens is doing.
Yeah,
but nobody fucking cares when it comes to
no one cares. No one cares.
Like people acknowledge that it happened in this movie, but nobody cares the way they do when it happened in something like that happened in movies.
It wasn't nothing crazy. It was a normal character. It was like nothing that stuck out. Like, I can't believe that's racist. Or
I mean, what's weird is it was a stereotypical character. We couldn't say that,
but I thought it was great for the story.
No,
it was a fun character. Like I really enjoyed the character.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know what that sounds like to super sensitive people because I don't give a shit. But it really contributed to the movie.
Listen, I go by the acting. Hire the best actor. That's what I say.
This was just a fun fucking movie. It's a feel good, great nostalgic movie. Like
the jokes are subtle but fun. They're like funny.
I feel like this movie I've seen so much as a kid, like on USA at my father's house and stuff. And I think that's probably like the first place I seen it was with my dad or at his house or whatever. Because it would come on it would be like this, fucking Beverly Hills Cops and a couple other movies would be on all the fucking time. And this one and the second one actually be on a lot. And I just fucking fell in love with these fucking movies. And anytime they'd come on, like even up to this day now, if I see this movie or the second one playing, I will watch those fucking movies. These are movies I will fucking sit down and watch.
So really Ali Sheedy from Breakfast Club. She was in Breakfast Club too. I was like, who?
She was. There was. I mean, there was a couple weird moments where
there was a little weird moments.
You kind of felt like she wanted to bang the robot, but
yeah, it did. Well, can't say nothing because there was a movie called Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
But anyways, but then the scientist dude, I remember him from fucking Police Academy. I love Police Academy.
Well, he's fucking Steve Guttenberg, right?
Yeah, Guttenberg. Yep.
He's awesome. He was in a bunch of 80s shit. He was in
a lot of 80s shit.
He's fantastic. Him and Fisher Stevens together, they had great chemistry.
They did, yep.
And he was
I like this boss.
The boss,
the boss was pretty.
Yeah, the concerned boss was really good.
Yeah.
But Fisher Stevens had the fucking jokes, man.
Yeah,
when
did.
Steve Guttenberg is talking about meeting Ali Sheedy and stuff like that, he's like, "Oh, give me details" and stuff like that.
He said he had
like
a boner.
He's like there were some risque jokes.
Yeah, there was. He's like, I got a boner. Tell me everything. He was like, you just touched my hand. He's like, oh yeah. It's like all excited and shit. Okay, for another thing. So 2 people from Police Academy, Gutenberg and the fucking colonel, the general. He played the main academy dude, drill sergeant.
We haven't watched Police Academy on here, have we?
We haven't. We talked about it. Police Academy is a good one to do as like a fucking movie to watch.
I would do it. I'm afraid I won't like it. I'm sorry.
There is no way you won't like Police Academy.
I haven't seen it. Or no, I'm sure I've seen it way back when, but I feel like it's not up Aaron's alley. And I don't even really remember it.
There's no way. There has to be fun. Oh no.
We'll see. Don't worry, I'll prepare before we do. Whenever we do,
we're going to have to do it one of these days.
I like that. So government's building these secret robots. Johnny Five's hooked up to a generator when it gets hit by lightning, causes him to malfunction, and he kind of develops a sense of AI, like wants to learn the world, stuff like that.
It gets basically like a soul.
Yeah,
he's alive.
Ends up at Ali Sheedy's place, who has all kinds of random animals for pets and things like that.
Oh, she has a fuck ton of animals.
That's where he gets all his input. Is where he learns a lot of shit.
He's literally just speed reading through books, gaining all, and watching TV.
Dictionary
that's where he got all his shit from
great.
TV.
Just watching him try to learn was fun. Like speeding through books, watching the TV. He's reciting lines he saw on TV commercials and stuff.
That's where they made it. So they threw that out there. That's where he got his personalities from. It's from the TV shows, from Stooges.
And
shit.
Yeah. The Three Stooges. They highlighted the Three Stooges, really helping to. That's one thing.
And the shit he was saying is pretty funny. Those good jokes.
They really established the way he built a personality really well.
Yeah, they did exactly. Because at first it was like nothing like dumb, like a child, like running into the walls, just input. But then he just
it's not like something just happened and he was Johnny Five.
No, they showed it a progress. Yeah, it did go overnight. It only took like a couple days, but still they showed the progress. Like rapid reading and watching TV.
It's one of those things you don't want to take forever, though. Either you don't want it to take.
Well, it's a computer. It's a computer. Yeah. There's they have their excuse for it to not take a long period of time. Or
they don't sleep, so he's up all night watching all commercials, all TV, learning everything, personalities, how people are talking.
Yo, you know what's funny? Every time I watch this movie and when he's reading through the dictionary, I'm like, I wish not only can I read that fast, but just retain every single fucking thing.
Photographic memory.
Photographic memory.
I wish.
Shit,
I said the same thing. I wish.
But you were going to say you wish you could read.
I can do that part, just not that fast.
Barely. I can barely read. I can read though. Barely.
Sure as fuck couldn't remember all that shit.
The fact that Ali Sheedy thinks he's an actual alien, for a little while at the end, like that was a
bargain with him and shit.
Yeah, that was a fun touch.
That was fun.
He's fucking her food truck up and shit,
dude. Yeah, as when he learns to drive, there's 4 times. There's a scene of him throwing the driver's seat out of a van or a truck in this movie before he takes over the vehicle.
Loved it every time.
It's ridiculous, but it cracked me up each time.
He puts his hand out.
He takes the steering wheel.
It's oh my god.
No, it's just a fun fucking movie.
It really
well,
is.
we talked about him speeding through the books to learn. He speeds through the driver's manual of the
Yeah, like a
fucking
second
van,
they learn how to
and then
drive.
it throws the chair out the window and
Well,
fucking is driving.
technically didn't know. He know how to use the machine, didn't know how to drive, but he got pretty good.
After a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he was driving pretty good.
And what I actually another thing I really enjoyed is when the concept they show in a great way him getting the concept of death.
Yeah,
Like
Disassemble.
disassemble is death.
No
yeah.
disassemble.
Right, he learned what death
No
means.
disassemble. Yeah. I thought that was really interesting the way they did that.
Then he realized what he don't want that to happen. Like when
He
he was
doesn't
talking
want
to the scientist.
disassemble. Like that's where the humanity to
Yeah,
Johnny Five really
Yep.
kicked in.
yeah.
Yep.
That's where it shows where you're like, oh my god, he is alive because he shows that. Like
He didn't want to be disassembled,
No
nor did he want
disassemble.
no death or have anybody die.
Yep. Especially her. Especially
Yeah.
her. Because
Yeah.
when her ex came and attacked her, how he protected her. Yep.
Yo, it made me laugh. In like 5 seconds, he dismantled this car,
Which was funny. And I love muscle cars, but that was funny.
He took
apart.
that whole shit. Hey, he didn't actually destroy. He just took it apart.
Well, can we put back together? That
He
guy
could
deserved
have.
it.
Yeah, and then the guy's trying to fire the gun at him, and he's blocking it with the tiny hubcap each time.
Yeah, and it was a rotor, I think. And the guy's like, "How you doing that?" He's like, "Ping, ping," just blocking it, shit like he's a ninja.
No, but the
Nah,
most
this is funny shit.
the most awkward part of this is where after Johnny Five leaves, he comes back and Ali Sheedy's in the bathtub, and there's the scene where he opens the door or whatever it is. He's like, and he literally goes, "Attractive, nice software."
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, okay, that didn't need to happen.
Yeah, that didn't have to happen.
That was super weird and awkward.
Then they're dancing, kind of like a love scene type scene going on here.
Well, that was before
Like
that, I think.
You're about to kiss and shit. You're like, Jesus Christ.
More than a woman, yep.
But he learns dancing by watching John Travolta.
Literally gonna give her the rod.
Saturday Night Lights. Oh, he's got a rod for her, more than one.
Mm-hmm. He's alive. He's alive.
I like how he fucking programmed the other robots hunting them down. It was like, it reminded me of Rambo. You remember? You ever seen the first movie where he took out each person differently? Like it showed, like he took one robot.
It is
out,
a little bit like Rambo. He goes after,
Yeah.
because he tricks them, or lures them into traps, and then reprograms them.
Yeah, they're doing the Three Stooges, and they're like, "What the fuck?" They're poking the eyes and shit.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny. So fucking. Oh my gosh.
To this day, I can watch Three Stooges.
And
I
that's
used to watch that with
where
my grandmother.
what's his name's comment comes in. Hey, Laser Lips, your mama was a snowblower.
Yeah.
Hey, Laser Lips, your mother was a snowblower. Oh, that's a wild thing to say, because that's either she was out there sucking machines or she was doing coke, one or the other, if not both.
That question is also like, dude, what were you watching? Where the fuck you learn that one? Got the HBO channel or something? Got the Cinemax on.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, but this was great. And I like the government is trying to track down Johnny Five this whole time
to shut him down.
Ali Sheedy, they kind of maybe too easily establish a connection with Steve Guttenberg.
Yeah,
would be
they always do. They track everything.
Yeah, one of my few criticisms.
Especially at the end. Oh, I got a house in the mountains. Oh, can I bring? They're moving into each other. Can I bring my animals?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they saved each other's lives. It makes sense by then.
No, it's like I can get on board with it enough. I feel like
that's what I'm saying, but it's so weird though.
You're
like you just met him, you don't know what's going on. You're gonna go.
You don't care about the story that much because you care about Johnny Five and the funny shit he's doing throughout the movie and the cool shit that goes on.
Yeah, but a really well written movie could establish. You got to establish secondary characters, and I think that's what distinguishes. Really
but this was also the 80s. This is just how
it's different time.
Now, if they did a remake of Short Circuit, would you be mad?
I would love it. I would if they did it right. I would love it. and made like a really good movie.
That is an interesting question, and I don't know why I didn't think of that. A remake of Short Circuit.
Yeah.
Could you do it better?
That's what I'm saying. That's the challenge.
With the writing and technology.
The writing technology, and you can get better jokes.
That's the tough. I would think you just have to just do it just to make it a good movie instead of trying to outdo it. Because I feel like trying to outdo it, you're gonna fuck it up.
No, not outdo it. I'm just saying, like this.
I mean,
Today's jokes are different than 80s.
I get what you're saying.
You're not going out there purposely trying to outdo it.
He's not going to say like, "Hey, your mom's a snowblower." It's going to be something totally different.
Your mom's a whore. Yeah, it's not like he's going out there and just saying your mom's a whore. That's not the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
He said your mom's a whore. This guy.
Mom's a whore.
I'll
watch it. I'll give it a shot.
Oh
if
yeah,
they ever did it.
I definitely would if they made a remake of this. I definitely fucking would. I've watched worse.
Bring in an actor where you don't have to paint their face brown.
That's true. Just bring in an Indian character this time, or whatever race that nationality you guys bring in for it.
Listen, yes, we are all aware that happened, but his character was fucking funny.
He was
funny.
Would that have been a bigger deal if he was like the main character, like the one that falls in love with Ali Sheedy?
Listen, different decades. Maybe that's their time, man. You can't go back. That's how it was back then. It got better.
It doesn't make it right. But you're right.
It don't make it right, but you can't hold something in the past. You can't that's how it was in those times, and you can just calm.
And it's one of those things again. Like it came out when I was a kid, didn't understand.
Didn't understand.
No, kids aren't.
It was harmless. It was harmless. They didn't mean. They don't think of that way. You don't know how many Indian actors were in the United States when they were making this movie.
I'm not gonna say all that. I'll just say, listen.
There could be many scenarios. Yeah,
it was wrong, but the movie's fucking funny, and I love the movie. That's what I'll say. I'll say that.
It is a good movie, though. It held up. I was worried about watching it again. I was like, oh, I really like this movie. And I watched it, I was like,
no, that was one of the things I thought going into this. Like, I watched Highlander first and then Short Circuit.
I did too. Yep, I watched Highlander.
I'm like, I know I've seen this. I don't remember anything about it really. But I'm like, it's 19. Both of these movies were 1986.
I remember.
So they came out the same year. But I go to watch this. I'm like, I don't know what to expect. Like, is this going to hold up? Is this going to be just as good? And I think this is one of the few 80s movies where we've watched where I'm like, this is watching this now. I feel like I'm rediscovering this.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like, I remember this movie so well watching it. Maybe not the words verbatim, but just like the scenes. I'm just like, oh my God. And
I remember the main scenes. I remember like the Three Stooges robots. I remember him busting through the bar. I remember a lot of the scenes, but like you said, I don't remember word for word. So, but I'm like, I just remember the feeling of loving the movie when I was younger.
Yeah, and I had a little bit of that like nostalgic feeling.
Yeah.
Even though, and like I couldn't even remember the movie well enough to connect it directly to the movie.
Yeah.
But I just, for whatever reason, just remembered it. It's like a song. This movie's kind of like a song I haven't heard in a long time. And once I put it on, I'm like,
I've got a question for you, but first I want to talk about the very end where Ali Sheedy, Steve Guttenberg sitting outside the truck trying to distract. They're distracting the army that's sitting there about to just fucking unload all their guns, but they don't know that Johnny Five is building a replica of himself to send out the back, which is a super fun ending. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, it was. And when you first seen it, like I said, the first time you seen it, you really think it's him trying to run.
That's the key, though. You got to get people to believe that's him, just to pull the emotion. And then him pop up out of the bottom of the truck as they drive away, just super sad.
Number 5. Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I need a name. I'm gonna go by Johnny.
Yeah.
How hard is it now to establish that kind of personality for a robot when we've been sucked as technology has just advanced to the point that it has?
It's probably easier now.
I don't think it is easier now. I think it's incredibly harder. How do you give a robot, like, people are like, it was one thing in the 80s to see that kind of technology because it wasn't super common. You could, if you started to give it any kind of personality, I feel like it was a lot easier to become more attached.
Because it
Now,
stands out more.
yeah, it stand out more. Now that shit's everywhere. We have AIs all over the
Oh
place.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. So you're used to
stuff
it.
now is just a lot more soulless, and people are so exposed to it. How do you give a robot a personality or soul?
I see what you're saying.
You'll have to make it out there. The only way I can think is go comedy. It has to be like out there, like a fun, energetic comedy type personality or something.
It'd have to go through every emotion, but then it's like, would you want a robot going through anger? Just because
you can't have one emotion and not others.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't complete the circuit. But I understand the anger because that's where the Terminator shit comes in. You're like, or jealousy. You know, like, okay, we're gonna take away jealousy, anger.
I don't know, man. That's why we talked about a reboot. I'm like, can people connect to a Johnny Five type? How hard is it going to be for people to connect to that kind of robot again?
That's the thing too.
In a genuine way.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part of making that movie.
You probably just got to just leave it as is and just show the ones that deserve to watch it and the ones that don't.
It might, like I said, but they did. I'll give it a shot.
Like
I would.
Disney had Wall-E, but that's animated. We were talking about live action,
and they just made that cutesy. It was just cutesy.
I will give the newer Star Wars trilogy some credit with BB-8. I loved BB-8. He grew on me. But I'm like, I don't know. That seems like the most difficult part of writing that movie is how do you get an emotional connection to a robot when people are just so overwhelmed with that kind of
What about that?
News
what about they
story.
copy the exact personality from Johnny Five from the first one?
You can't do that in the reboot.
It wouldn't
because
work.
now you're literally just trying to pull from the original.
Not only that, but I mean that personality, that type of comedy, that type of comfort, and everything that was it worked in that time when it came out in 86, like say late 80s, early 90s. That's not going to work in 2024, 2025, and so on.
I mean, there's parts of it will, but you can't just fucking cookie cutter that.
I mean, yeah, you could have the bits and pieces, but I feel like it has to have more of a personality than just that. Way more of a personality. Still have like the friendliest, but maybe even more of like a sharper tongue. Maybe making this more of like a PG-13 type, to where maybe says at least shit. You know what I mean?
I think it's in the subtleties, like
Could
fucking eyebrows or
yeah. You're right.
Fucking very like
all the personality, like all the motions, like
just
like
innocuous motions or comments or something like that. Like you got to get super detailed with it to really start to pull people in.
Yeah,
like subconsciously, I think.
I agree.
Everything was just fun about it, like the dancing, like he was learning doing the dance in the living room.
And leave out the awkwardness of a robot trying to hit on a naked girl in a bathtub. That's
true.
You change colors. Yeah, try that next time you walk in on your wife in the shower. You change colors.
Unintentionally, of course.
Yeah.
And somehow he makes pancakes.
Oh,
makes a mess.
But
they come out perfect. It comes out perfect.
He
drives a rose in a glass in there. He got like flour.
Huge
fucking like a stack of like 6 pancakes, a glass of orange juice.
He did his thing.
There's like eggshells and everything in there. He just like threw the eggs in there and just started fuck everything up.
I don't know, but yeah, this movie wasn't sure what to expect. Haven't seen this since I was a kid, but I did get the sense of like I kind of almost fallen in love with this again. I'm like, I can't believe I haven't watched this in 30 years.
It's same. It's one that like every time I watch it, I'm like, I gotta watch part 2, and I gotta.
I feel like I need to watch part 2. I said the same thing when I finished. I'm like, fuck, I should watch part 2 now.
Maybe sometime
I forgot part 2.
Maybe sometime next week I'll throw it on. because it's just one of those ones where I love both movies damn near the same. I would give them both a fucking 10. They're both just that.
Really? See, I can't remember much of part 2.
I don't remember part 2 at all.
I know I've seen it. I don't remember it.
It's one of those ones, again, similar to this one. Like, once I put it on, I know I remember it. Like, right away, I'm remembering the movie. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to watch it.
And I'm definitely sticking with my 8 on this one, and
Yes,
I'd recommend it to anybody.
Highly recommend it. This is a great, fun movie, family movie too.
I'm gonna recommend this one, and I'm gonna recommend the second one. Even though we don't review it, maybe down the road we will. But I'm gonna recommend this one. I'm gonna recommend the second one.
Watch them
because it's worth it.
I mean, it's popular. A lot of people love it because Legos even have a fucking thing. You can get Johnny 5 to build those Legos.
Johnny, the fact that this isn't of some kind of franchise that they were able to capitalize on after. I think the second movie bombed. I think
possibly. I don't know.
It was so
but
good,
the fact that they haven't really tried to bring this back yet since 1986 to some extent is kind of mind-boggling.
990. Yeah.
Like I said, remake it. I'll give it a shot.
Maybe or leave it alone. Either way, I'm cool.
I'm just curious what they can do.
I know.
I just hope they don't. See, the thing is, I'm going to want the same body style. I'm not going to want like real legs.
That's another thing.
Yeah,
if you reboot this movie, you know they are going to redesign the Johnny 5.
I'm not going to like it.
And that's the thing is they would have to, because they would have to.
It'd have to be more contemporary. It'd have to fit with the times.
It couldn't be as boxy. It couldn't be as but at the same time, I feel like they would have to have some of the nostalgia from the past, like not just, if possible, not just the voice, but something from the look. Maybe the way the face is shaped or something. Maybe the way the body's kind of shaped. Maybe the way it moves around.
It's going to be like the Megan doll or something where they're sitting there like, "No, I'm Johnny 5. I'm going to go fuck yourself." No, you're not.
Like, just the absurdity of seeing Johnny 5 get out of the military complex. Like, how simple it was.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the fucking garbage truck and stuff like that. And he goes spilling out the side. It's like, it's ridiculous and it's funny. But you're like, all right, I'm into this.
Fucking parachuting.
Exactly. It just worked. It just fucking worked.
Rides off a bridge and gets parachute.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yeah. They go on this big chase after they realize he's escaped. The two soldiers are in like this militarized like tank car, and they realize they're literally fucking pushing him, and they're scared as shit. Like, what do we do? You're in a fucking armored car.
You're armored car and you're military.
And you literally,
you're afraid? What the fuck you mean?
And they end up just kind of pushing him off a bridge.
Yeah. Instead of fucking... Okay, hit the brakes or...
Just slow down. That's all you do is slow down. Stop. Hit the brakes.
Yeah. So many times they could have took Johnny 5 out.
Yeah, I know. No problem. But it's not as absurd as Highlander was when it came to some stuff. By any means.
It was actually
But the escapes and everything were fun. Him setting booby traps.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Him running from the other fucking robots.
Yeah,
it was great. Turning them into Three Stooges was fucking just golden. It was loved it. But
shit.
I guess we can wrap this one up. But before we
do, I'm saying I like it.
Yep.
Pull this up really quick. So, May 17th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes. Brought to you by the Scene Snobs. We will be doing a Casters for a Cause charity script read. Scream, the original Scream movie.
Scream sucks.
Tune in for that. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. Not a fan of Scream, but I'm going to be part of script read. And that night, later on, midnight, we are going to be reviewing the movie, Scary Movie, over on Stereo Vision. So I hope you guys are there for that. So make sure you check out Horror Research 30. Make sure you check out the Scene Snobs. Or check out.
I recently heard they were rebooting that.
Yep.
Popcorn and Punch. Yeah, they're doing part 7.
You make 8 of them, and you're going to do a reboot.
There's going to be... Oh, no, they're doing part 7, actually.
Is it
part 7? Oh, it's part 7. It's not a reboot?
No, Doom Part.
Oh,
So
okay.
part 2 is
All
supposed to
right.
be coming out after all the crazy shit that was going on with it.
Gotcha.
But
All right.
anyway, yeah. So make sure you guys check out Popcorn and Pints. We'll be back next week at 9:00 reviewing the movie Stand By Me and Say Anything. Yeah, and
yeah.
Horror Story 30 will be back on Thursday. Stories from a Bar is back. So make sure you
Posted a new episode.
Boom, posted a new
first one in five months.
Yeah, so go check that out.
Go check
It's
it
an
out.
amazing, awesome episode. I didn't get to listen to it yet, but I will.
Taylor Swift
should
fans
too.
will enjoy it.
Getting swifty with it.
Yeah.
Swifty!
By the way, hold on. If there is a Taylor Swift fan listening that goes to listen to that, I want to specifically say I know I screwed up some fucking song titles and album titles, so I don't need Swifties coming after
Yeah, I know.
me.
Don't get the Swifty
Because
hate.
I know they can be vicious.
Yep, the Swifty hate is real.
Yeah. I'm aware I screwed up some song and album titles when I said them. I apologize.
Send all that Swifty love to Popcorn and Pints, Stories from Bar, and Horror Research 30, please. But we're going to get on out of here. Thanks for
put that warning out there.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.